Hello, guys. This is Anthony, and I have our guest here and my fellow colleague, Luisa Libese. We work together at Concanto.com, and today we want to discuss about the common mistake that people do with their personal finances. So I want to welcome you in this conversation. I know our finance conversation is a very important conversation that every person should have. Even if you're a parent or you don't have children or you're working or you're not working, you're a student, this is a good conversation that you need to converse together with your colleagues so that you know how to utilize your money and you could know the common mistake that is going to affect your personal finances. So we welcome Lisa Libese to come in and to help us know in detail which are these common mistakes that are hindering us from success. Welcome, Lisa Libese.
Okay, Anthony, thank you. Thank you. We meet once again. And as you've heard, today we are going to talk about some of the common mistakes we or people make with their finances. So first of all, I'm just going to define what is financial mistake. Financial mistakes refers to an error or misstep made in managing one's finances that can have negative consequences on their overall financial well-being. It can be a decision or an action that leads to financial difficulties, setbacks, or missed opportunities. So, financial mistakes can range from small, short term errors to significant and then long-term consequences that impact one's financial stability and future goals. So I'm just going to break down some of the common mistakes that people make with their finances. And first of all, we are going to start with the lack of budgeting. So most of us don't budget our finances, and this is a topic that we are going to guide you this weekend, how to create a budget. So one step or one common mistake that we humans do, we don't budget ourselves. So failing to create and sticking to a budget is a very common mistake. Without a budget, it becomes challenging to track your income, expenses, and savings effectively. So once you set a budget, it allows you to prioritize your spending and save for your future goals and avoid unnecessary debt. Secondly, another common mistake is overspending. Most of us fall into this trap of spending more money than we earn or more money than what we have or what we have. Even if you have a budget, you end up overspending. And this can lead to credit card debts, loans, and financial stresses. And it's important to live within your means and make thoughtful spending decisions based on your budget and financial goals. Thirdly, it's neglecting savings. We fail to prioritize savings, and this is a common mistake we do. So some people only focus on their immediate needs and wants without setting aside some money for emergencies or long-term goals like retirement, etc. And it's essential to establish an emergency fund and consistently save for the future. Thirdly, we also ignore debt. Ignoring debt or mishandling debt can lead to long-term consequences. Accumulating high interest credit card debt and missed payments or ignoring debt collectors can manage your credit score and make it challenging to secure loans or affordable interest rates in the future. So it's crucial to address debt promptly and develop a repayment plan and seek professional assistance if needed. I would say this, let me explain on this where we ignore debts. You find that most of us we have debts with the small organizations. I'll use an example like Tala. And then you have a debt of 2,000. shillings. You just ignore and you don't pay it. And they try following up on you, but you still don't pay it. So you find this will affect your credit score at some point. And then impulsive financial decisions. When you make impulsive decisions without considering long-term consequences can be detrimental, whether it's purchasing expensive items on a whim or investing in risky ventures without proper research. Impulsive choices can lead to financial instability, and it's important to take time to evaluate options, seek advice if necessary, and make informed decisions. And then you neglecting financial literacy. Most of us don't have knowledge on finance. So once you lack knowledge in finance, it becomes a common mistake that can hinder you from managing your money. So once you understand the basic financial concepts such as budgeting, investing, and debt management, you make you make sound financial decisions. That's the word. So you have to take time to educate yourself through books, online sources, or seeking that guidance from financial professions. And that's why we are here to help you have more knowledge on how to manage your finances. And then lastly, not having an emergency fund. So many people overlook the importance of having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected expenses like medical bills, cars repairs, or sudden job losses can strain your finances. So you aim to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in an easily accessible emergency fund to provide a financial safety. And these emergency funds are not only for us, it's also for our parents. We get people who get sick on emergency. So that can cover that area. So these are just a few examples of the common mistakes or common financial mistakes that we or people do with their finances. So I'm just going to talk about avoiding or what to do or avoiding personal finance mistakes. So avoiding personal finance mistakes requires a proactive approach and consistent effort. And here I'm just going to outline a few steps that one can take. First, you create a budget. You establish a realistic budget that aligns with your income, expenses, and financial goals. Then you track your income and expenses diligently to understand where your money is going or where you're spending your money. You allocate funds for essential expenses, savings, debt repayment, and discretionary spending. So you regularly review and adjust your budget as needed. And then you have to save regularly. Prioritizing saving can be, or by, let me say, just make it an automatic process. Because when you set up automatic transfers from your checking account to a saving account or investment account, treating saving as a non-negotiable expense, just like paying bills, and then you start with a small amount and gradually you increase it over time. Then you minimize on your debt. You be mindful of your borrowing habits, avoid taking on unnecessary debts, and making a plan to pay off the existing debts systematically. Focus on the high interest debts first while maintaining minimum payments on other obligations. Consider debt consolidation or negotiating lower interest rates to make repayment more manageable. So you also have to educate yourself, improve your knowledge, your financial literacy by reading books, following reputable financial websites, and attending workshops or seminars. You have to understand basic financial concepts such as budgeting. I think this is just a repetition. Budgeting, investing, and debt management, because knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions and avoid common pitfalls. As they say, knowledge is power. So let's just equip ourselves with knowledge on finances. And as we have been saying in our previous sessions, we have talked about teenagers, financial literacy, kids, financial literacy. So this is just this covers everybody, and it's good once we take these measures. Then you exercise self-discipline, develop self-control when it comes to spending, differentiate between wants and needs, and practice delay gratification. Before making a purchase, just give yourself time to consider its necessity and impact on your financial goals. Just avoid impulse buying and decisions and focus on long-term financial well-being. You establish an emergency fund. You setting up an emergency fund covers unexpected expenses and financial emergencies. So you aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in separate, easily accessible accounts, and having this buffer will help you avoid going into debt when faced with unforeseen circumstances. And then lastly, regularly or you review your finances on a regular basis. You have to take time periodically to review your financial situations, assess your progress towards your goals, identify areas of improvement, and make necessary adjustments. This ongoing evaluation helps you to stay on track and adapt changing circumstances. So avoiding financial mistakes requires consistent effort and discipline. So by following these steps, educating yourself and staying proactive, you can develop healthy financial habits and make sound decisions that contribute to your long-term financial success. And this also contribute to reducing your financial stress. And I hope this helps someone. Thank you, Anthony, and back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lisa, for that expansion of what we should do and the common mistake that people do with their personal finances. Yeah, because when you look at most young people, they get affected because they live beyond their means. And as you just mentioned about, it's one of the mistakes that many people do, whereby we live beyond our means because we want to compete with other people. I would want to compete with our friends. And then we have some influence that at the end, it makes us the money that we have gotten either through the salary or maybe from our businesses and other places that we can get money, then it cannot really be it cannot be enough for you to budget. You also mentioned about not having.
Can I just add a point? Okay. On that point where you've said about competition, you find that one big problem or one major problem with today, a lot of people or youth or adults or teenagers, they're really competing on social media because people want to keep up or want to match the lifestyle of those people on social media or celebrities. And you know, this is one major problem that is affecting people with their finances. And people just want to live in a life of competition and fake life. And you find that people end up overspending or misusing their finances just because they want to show off. That is the word. So that is one of the problems that people are facing today, and I think we should talk about it one day.
Yeah. That's I mentioned something about never copy what you see in the Instagram in the My Pocket Friendly Abroad. Yeah, by the way, let me say that we have My Pocket Friendly Abroad. It's one of the books that we have published that if you want to buy that book, it's very important for you, for your personal finances. And it was just released now you can go to Amazon and you can get it. I was just looking at other sites, like we have Rakuten, Kobo, you can get it there. And there's so many places. You go to Walmart, you can get the My Pocket Friendly Abroad is already there. You can get the ebook, you can get the ebook, you can get the hard copy. So it's a very important book. If you read it, what Luisa has just mentioned, everything about what affects us in terms of the common mistakes that we do in our finances is already written there and expounded, which will be very great for you to have that knowledge, because many people, we really don't understand money, and money is something that you can't understand, right? Because we put the value in many other things that money is used to go and do those things, but at the end we fail to go with the principles of money. So Lisa's really looked at it extensively. And remember, on 24th of June, which is this Saturday, we are having our personal finance webinar classes. So purpose to attend, it's gonna be lit, it's going to be great. My colleague Luisa will be there, and we're going to talk about budgeting, I think so, Luisa? Yeah.
Yeah,
What is the topic?
creating a budget.
Yeah, how to create the budget. So we're going to guide you through how to create your budget with the money that you have, the hard-earned sweat that every day you wake up at 6, go to look. Yeah, I was looking at, I think it was somebody just put a video about money, that this money that many people go and look very early in the morning, where is it? Because when you get, and then you have to go again the next time, you have to get the next time. So it's just a matter of us having skills with our personal finances, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will be talking about what to consider when creating a budget, because most of us just don't know how to create a budget. And during these hard economic times, we have to really learn how to create a budget and how to stick to it. So that is a topic that we'll be talking about on Saturday. Thank you.
I had a discussion with some of my friends and the people who listen to us in the TikTok, and I had this lady in Texas and another one in New York. This guy in New York, and they all admitted they have problem with personal finances, and according to them, where they get affected mostly about their personal finances is because of the fund. Because every time they get money, they have friends, they go for happy hour every Friday, and on Monday they don't have anything. So it's a matter of us knowing how to budget and be disciplined. Like if we put our money in the saving, that money should not go to be withdrawn. And when you talked about lack of saving money as one of the mistakes that people do, I think what we can use to solve such a problem is having an auto deduction from your paycheck. If you're working, and go directly to the bank, to your saving account. That will be more great if you have a problem of dividing money to take in the bank. And if you're working, you are doing your business, another thing, what matters is just sitting down and budget. One of the person that attended our May webinar was telling me that since that webinar classes, he has managed to save at least 5,000 from his saving account. That is Kenya shillings, because he's from Kenya. And because he works in a construction site, and every 2 weeks when he gets money, every week as he get money, he has put some money in the account of the saving as he get others for use. But he was telling me he used to waste a lot of his money because he really didn't have an orderly way of using money. So thank you, Lisa. That was a great topic that we had to discuss today, and I really appreciate for that, and hope to tomorrow you're planning to teach us about something else. What are we going to teach us tomorrow?
About debt management. We're going to talk about debt management because most of us are in debt and we just don't know how to manage our debts. So tomorrow we'll be talking about debt management.
Yes, that will be so great. So papas to attend. Tomorrow you'll get our video in the YouTube. Go to our YouTube concanto.com and just subscribe. You will be supporting us. And on Saturday, remember to come to our webinar. And remember that it's a free webinar classes. And what again that we request, if you at supporters, we have the My Pocket Friendly Abroad. We have another book that is still at the publisher. We are working on it, The Power of Money Mindset, which I'm co-authoring with Luisa. And I believe that book will be very great because it expounds all the information about personal finances. And we have the newsletters that Luisa is working on it, and we will be producing every week. So papas to also get those newsletters, and you just give a small donation to support our work here, and your name will be and you are going to be, we are really going to appreciate you for what you're doing. Anyway, let us continue giving the gospel of personal finances so that all of us be successful, because we need to be successful, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other thing to say before we close?
And no, just to encourage them to join us on Saturday for our webinar classes, and they'll be able to have or to be equipped with more knowledge on their personal finance. Yeah, and let's all come ready to learn. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget to come for our webinar. It's free. We are putting our I think we will be putting our website to run here next time so that they can look at it. But you are going, it's on Saturday, it's concanto.com. Just go to concanto.com and then you'll go to webinar, and then you go down there and then you will hit join. The webinar classes will begin at what time? At 2 if you live in the Eastern time, that is New York, Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, and if you live in Texas, then it will be at 1 o'clock. I know Texas has different time zone. There are others who are 2 hours behind Maryland, others are 1 hour behind Maryland. And if you live in Nairobi and its enviro, let me say like in Dar es Salaam, in Kampala, in Kigali, in Rwanda, we will be having our classes at 9, right?
Yeah.
At 9 p.m. That means you will have done your work and you'll be relaxing to get equipped with personal finance fitness, because all of us sometimes we go to the gym to gain muscle. So can we gain muscle in our personal finances? Anyway, thank you very much. And I want to say God bless you. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you will be blessed. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.